Hey folks, it's time to get into Isaac's Saturday races. Now today, I look at races taking place at Caulfield, then we move off to Kembla Grange and Morphettville. Let's start off with Caulfield. Let's go to race 1. The Thank You MRC Members Handicap. It's a 1700 metre. I've got number 2, Barbie's Fox, barrier 7. Now it's coming off a win, so Barbie's Fox should go well. Lewis German in the saddle. I've also chosen number 4, Savigny, barrier 6, Craig Williams on board. Now, I think Savigny may get a placing. That's kind of its range recently. Maybe it'll get a placing. Maybe it'll just drop off. The win's out there. It's a chance, but it's more likely that Barbie's Fox will get the win. Race 2 is the Ned's Handicap race. It's a 1600 metre. Now, I've got the Wagga Gold Cup winner in Veloc, number 1. Earlier in the year, obviously it won the Wagga Cup. What a win that was. It's in barrier 7 for this race, and Craig Newitt is on board. But I've also chucked in number 4, who's a normal suspect on the Saturday race tips. It's High Stranger. Barrier 4, Damien Thornton in the saddle. Now, it is the favourite at $2.45. Its last start was at Moonee Valley, and that was a win. So, High Stranger in really good form. I'm still hopeful that Inverloch can get up for the win, but it's going to be hard to beat number 4, High Stranger. Race 6 is the Ned's Vane Stakes. It's an 1100 metre. Now, I've got 3 horses that I look at in this race, and they're all kind of around that favourite mark, you know, those cheap odds. Number 1, General Bow, barrier 6, Damien Lane on board, currently backed at $4.80. Number 3, Ingratiating, barrier 7, Damien Oliver in the saddle, and it's backed at $3.20. Then you look at number 5, the favourite, Generation in barrier 1, Jamie Carr in the saddle, and that's currently backed at $2.60. You look at those 3 horses and you look at the rest of the field. Those are the 3 that mainly stand out and have a really good chance. If I needed to choose a winner, I'd actually go with number 3, Ingratiating, barrier 7 with Damien Oliver. I think Ollie can get Ingratiating over the line for a nice win. Race 7 is the Beck Pro Build Quizet Stakes. It's an 1100 metre. I've only got the 1 selection in this. It's number 1, Arcaded, barrier 5, Damien Lane on board. Currently backed at $6.50 Arcaded. It had a couple wins this year, but it's been a bit up and down, so not really consistent. It had a few freshened up for a few weeks, and it's been a bit all over the shop. Couple wins, so you never know what Arcaded can deliver. Hopefully a win today. Race 8 is the PB Lawrence Stakes. It's a 1400 metre. One of the major races at Caulfield today. I've got number 1, Best of Days in barrier 2. Currently backed at $6. I think Best of Days can go well. Jamie Carr in the saddle for Best of Days. I've also got number 2, Streets of Avalon with Mr. Zach Spain on board. He's in barrier 8, Streets of Avalon. He's currently backed at $3.60 as the favourite. I think Streets of Avalon can have a ripper race, but I'm leaning more towards Best of Days to get the win. Race 9 is the Evergreen Turf Regal Roller Stakes, 1200 metre. I've got number 3. It's probably one of the best picks of the day at Caulfield for me. Number 3 is Away Game, barrier 7, John Allen in the saddle. It's currently backed at $6.50. Now, it won the W.J. Healy Stakes in June. This is the same distance, 1200 metre, as that W.J. Healy Stakes. So it's definitely got the distance, and hopefully it's the same result as the W.J. Healy Stakes. Hopefully it does get the win. Away Game, he's a ripper horse. He can just blow and just burst out of speed. Away Game is a really good horse, so hopefully the win, but it's going to be hard to beat number 7, who's used to this track, La Mexicana, barrier 2, Jamie Carr on board. Now, it is the favourite at $2.45. It's going to be a great race, but I reckon Away Game can beat La Mexicana. Kembla Grange, let's move off to there. Race 1, the TAB Highway Class 3 Handicap. It's a 1400 metre. I've got number 1, Wichita Warrior, barrier 10, $12 is the odds, Natural Wheeler on board. Now, its trainer, Keith Dryden, has a few horses in this race, but out of the three, Wichita Warrior is probably the closest and more likely to get a win or have a good chance. The favourite is number 3, Phillipsburg, currently at $2.80 and in barrier 1, but I think Wichita Warrior can get the win. Race 2 is the Ranvit Handicap. It's a 1200 metre. I've got number 2, all-time legend, barrier 4, $3.40 is the odds, Kieran McAvoy on board. But I've also got number 4, Zakat, barrier 3, the odds is $6 and Tommy Berry in the saddle. You look at these two horses, and I'm going straight for a Quinella on this. You might want to look at taking that. I think they can run a great race. To win it, I'm actually leaning towards Zakat with Tommy Berry. Race 3 is the Premier's Cup Prelude. It's a 2,000 metre. Only the one selection. Because when I don't choose this horse, he goes well and wins. But hopefully, I've chosen him today, so hopefully he gets the win. Number 7, Criminal Code. Barrier 3, $4.80. Kathy O'Hara on board. Hopefully Criminal Code can get the win in the Premier's Cup Prelude. Race 6 is the Quay Clean Handicap. It's a 2,000 metre. Now, I've got 2 horses in this as well, and it's 2 and 4 again. Number 2, Zing, barrier 10, Hugh Bowman on board, currently back to $10. Now, it's past 5 starts. 4 times out of those 5, it's either placed or won, so it's been pretty good recently, and that's why it is my pick of the day. Number 2, Zing, in race 6 at Kembla Grange. Pick of the day for Isaac's recap and Saturday race tips. I've also chucked in number 4, Mayfair Spirit, barrier 13, $6 is the odds, Tim Clark on board. Now, last time it had a good run was on synthetic turf, all the way back in 2020, where it came second. Hopefully Mayfair Spirit can pick up its game, but, you know, Zing's looking pretty good in the field today. Race 8 is the Darley up-and-coming stakes. It's a 1,300 metre. Now, I've got the beautiful colt that he is, number 1, Tiger of Malay, barrier 1, James McDonald on board. It is the favourite. It's at $2.70. The closest to a chance at besides Tiger of Malay would have to be number 2, Subterranean. Hopefully I've pronounced that correctly. Apologies. Barrier 9, Hugh Bowman on board. Now it's currently back at $8. Hopefully, you know, it can go well, but I'm leaning towards the favourite Tiger of Malay. I think he can get a really nice win. Alright folks, let's move off to Morphettville. Now let's start off with race 5, the Spring Racing Carnival at Morphettville, October 9 to November 6 handicap. It's a long title for a race, but let's get on with it. I've got number 1, Francis Boy, who's in barrier 5, currently backed at $16, so it is a long shot. It placed at Morphettville the other week, so hopefully it can get a placing today or even surprise everyone and get the win. But my main pick is number 4, Irish Playboy, at barrier 3, $9.50 is the odds. Race 6 is the Group 3 James Squire Spring Stakes. It's a 1,200 metre. I've got the big fella, number 1, Behemoth, barrier 4. It is the favourite at $2.15. I think Behemoth can go well. He's got to put in the hard yards because it is a 1,200 metre shorter race. Behemoth, you know, he's used to longer distance races, so he can wind up at the straight. Same as number 2, Dalasan, barrier 3, currently back to $5. Hopefully those two can go well. But the main one that really shocked me, because after its ripper winner, Murray Bridge, in its last start where it shocked everyone, it was a roughie there at $136. And it won. And it's number 8, Whirly's Last Chance, barrier 6. It is still a roughie in this race at $126. I reckon it's got a chance. It can run this distance. We saw it at Murray Bridge. It surprised everyone. Hopefully, it can surprise everyone again today. Whirly's Last Chance, number 8 in race 6 at Morphettville. If Whirly wins, I called it. I just got to say. Race 9 is the Sandra Sammy Elliott Champagne Lover Handicap. The last race I look at on the Saturday race tips. I've got number 4, Champagne Affair, barrier 8, Caitlin Jones on board, currently back to $7. And I also think number 10 can go well. It's Bodacity in barrier 10, and it's at $4.80. that should be a good race. If I needed to choose winner, I'm leaning towards Champagne Affair, number 4. Hopefully, Caitlin can go well in the saddle and get the win. Folks, that's it. It's going to be a great day of racing. Stay safe, sit back, relax, and enjoy the races. If you are taking a punt, good luck, and as always, gamble responsibly.